My name is Tiffany Henry, and I'm going to be demonstrating administration of a Piggyback IV medication. So I have my doctor's order and my MAR, and I'm comparing them. And I have Shirley Coast 514-1964, and that matches over here. And I also have sodium chloride 0.9, 100 mils at 100 mils, 1,000 mils at 100 mils an hour, which is already running. And that matches over here on the MAR. And as well as we have ceftriaxone, 1 gram for IV administration in 250 mils of normal saline. And that also matches my MAR. So I'm going into the med room. I'm going to perform hand hygiene. And to perform my first med check, I'm going to go to the Pyxis and get my medications. So I have my medication, as well as my secondary tubing. And I am looking at the bag. It has not been tampered with. I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the package. And I'm going to inspect it, squeezing gently, making sure that nothing is coming out. I'm looking it over. It's clear. It's no discoloration. The expiration date is good. There's no floating particles. And I'm going to compare that I have 250 mils. And it's the 250 mils of normal saline, and it is also already mixed with the 1 gram of ceftriaxone. And that also matches over here to my MAR. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to label this. And I've got my ceftriaxone, 1 gram for IV administration. And that does match to my MAR as well as my doctor's orders also. And then I'm going to label it with my patient's information, Shirley Coast 514-1964, and that matches both the MAR and the doctor's orders, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on. And then I've got my secondary tubing, and I'm inspecting the package, and it is not expired, it has not been tampered with. So now that I have everything that I need, I am going to perform hand hygiene. I'm going to leave the medication room, and I am going to put on my shield. I'm going to go into the patient's room. I'm going to don gloves. Hi Shirley, how are you today? Good. If you could confirm your name and date of birth for me. Shirley Coast, 514-1964. That matches her wristband as well as my MAR and my doctor's orders. And Shirley says that she is allergic to codeine as well as promethazine. And her wristband says codeine. So I would have to let somebody know so we could add the promethazine on there. And that matches my MAR as well. So the medications that I'm giving her, I want to make sure that there is going to be no conflict with the medication administration, that they are compatible. So the medication is compatible, I did check that. And while I'm in the patient's room, I'm going to double check again that I have my 0.9 sodium chloride, which I do, that matches my MAR and my doctor's orders. And I'm going to look at Shirley's arm. I just want to make sure that we have no infiltration, no phlebitis, everything looks good. Shirley said she has no questions. I've informed her that we're going to hang this because she has pneumonia. The doctor has ordered it, the antibiotic. So I'm going to now open this, and I'm going to get my primary tubing ready. Or excuse me, my secondary tubing ready. And I want to make sure that it's closed. So I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to spike my bag. And then I'm going to hang my bag. And then I want to prime. And then, before I get everything hooked up, one more time, I'm gonna double check for my third med check. I have, ceftriaxone, 1 gram for IV, that is infused in the 250 mils of the normal saline. And that matches up here on my sticker, as well as my doctor's orders. So now to prime, I don't want to waste any medication. And I'm going to slowly open this up just a little bit. And you can see it going through. And just as it gets to the top, I have no air bubbles. So now I'm going to get my alcohol pad. And I'm going to clean the port. Do this for 15 to 20 seconds. I'm going to take this top off. And I'm going to connect. I'm going to go to my pump, and I'm going to find B. And I'm going to go to my drug list, and I'm going to scroll down till I find my antibiotic, 250. Which it is right there, 250 mils. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to choose my programming. I have my Piggyback, which now I'm going to go down, and I'm going to enter my 250 mils an hour, which is what it says on here. And it's 250 mil bag. And that's automatically going to set it up for the 1 hour. Before I hit start, I want to go ahead and open up my line. And then I'm going to start my Piggyback. We're going to confirm it. And now I'm going to check and make sure this one has stopped. Pump B is now flashing. And we've got her Piggyback to go. So, now I'm going to take my label that has my name, date, and time on it, and I'm going to label my tubing. I'm going to stay around for about 10-15 minutes because I want to make sure that Shirley has no reactions. I also want to make sure that there is no infiltration while the secondary is infusing. Everything is good. She is reacting to it well. So Shirley says she has no questions. So I'm going to perform hand hygiene. I'm going to take off my gloves, and I'm going to document. I'm going to document in the computer the medication that I gave, the pump that I used. I'm going to document the mils per hour. I'm going to document the site assessment on her arm, that everything was good, there was no infiltration. I'm going to document the start time as well as my name, and that's it.